Okay, and just checking and looking around for the very last things here. I think that we are almost ready to start. At least this is what I think. Okay. Would like to check. I think that the drive is going. I checked everything, and the live feed is coming through the web pretty well, I must say. Okay. The system seems to work perfectly. I'm just sending a few notifications to those who asked for this, and then I will be able to start in less than 1 minute, more or less. Okay. Just notifying our socials saying that the live is on. After all, here we are. So friends, I think that we are really ready to start, and I'm very pleased to welcome you here. Gianluca Masi speaking from Virtual Telescope Project in Italy, and we are here once again after the last great event we had here, the online Messier Marathon. You likely you were there as well, and it was a great night. More than 10 hours of live coverage, and we spied basically 104 Messier objects against 110, so we actually observed basically all the Messier objects. And that event also started the Global Astronomy Month 2014, organized and shared with the world by Astronomers Without Borders. And the event we are going to host tonight was scheduled at last minute because it is covering an object, an asteroid that was discovered just hours ago. It is a near-Earth asteroid. It is 2014 GN1, and it is going to have a very close approach with our planet in the very next hours. Its minimum distance will be touched in about 8 hours and 30 by now, so it is still approaching a bit, and it will be less than 1 million kilometers. So it is a very, very close distance, and just to give you an idea, that distance is 2.4 the average distance of the moon. So it is coming pretty close. I'm sure that you understand, but this is a very, very safe close encounter, really no risk at all, and it is just a great occasion for us to have fun with the sky. And I want to share some images live with you, and first of all I also want to thank the technological partners of the Virtual Telescope project, namely Unitron Italia Instruments, Software Bisque, Bader Planetarium, Santa Barbara Instruments Group and Planewave Instruments. And above all, I also want to thank those who are supporting us by donations, because the Virtual Telescope project has really no fundings, and we are here when we survive thanks to the donations we receive from time to time from our viewers and users worldwide, acknowledging and actually recognizing the Virtual Telescope as, I would say, a good project which is worth their support. So thank you, and of course you are welcome to support us if you like. And it is time for me to go showing what is happening, and I just want to remind you a few things about this asteroid, and I also want to show you an image before going to spy it live that I took while I was waiting for the live event to start. This is the image, and I think that you can easily see what is the asteroid there. After all, the asteroid is marked pretty well, and it is also moving very fast, so fast that the telescope was asked to track the fast apparent motion of 2014 GN1, and the exposure while was able to leave the asteroid as a dot of light, because the telescope was tracking the asteroid, is showing here the star as trails. This is quite a good effect. I really like this. And this asteroid is just a new friend in our solar system. I mean, it was discovered very recently. It was announced a few hours ago by the Minor Planet Center, and it was discovered namely on 2 April 2014 at Mount Lemmon Survey, a very dedicated project in Arizona, looking for near-Earth asteroids, and potentially hazardous asteroids. And its diameter is estimated to be around 50 meters, and the closest approach will be in, as I said, in a few hours. I would say about 10 hours and 20 minutes by now, because it will be 6th of April at 10 and 25 universal time. The minimum distance at that time will be 2.4 lunar distances. So this is quite a very short distance, but as I say, it is still a completely safe one. So don't worry, we are going just to have fun with this. And for this, I would like just to switch to the telescope console, so that you can actually have an idea of what we are doing. Here we are. This is the telescope console, and as you can see, and many out there are now familiar with this one is just telling us a few things. First of all, it is saying us where the telescope is right now, and we are also going to ask the system to slew and point the asteroid. You can see that at this very moment we are facing the west horizon. The lion is just setting, and the telescope was making a few exposures for me before starting, and just going to stop it. And the asteroid is where I just clicked, and where you can easily see some red circles if you look. So let's ask the telescope to go there, because we want to look at the object. The telescope is doing pretty fast its job, and the yellow circle is where the telescope is pointing. The red circle is the destination we wanted, and now that both circles are one above the other, it just means that the telescope arrived when we wanted. But the asteroid is moving very fast. If you look here, you can likely see it moving in real time, while the telescope, you see the yellow circle is just stopped, while of course the asteroid is moving, as I said. So what we want is that the telescope actually will track the object itself, and this is exactly what I asked to the telescope right now. So the telescope is now, as I said, tracking the fast apparent motion of the object. So I would like to take, just to give you a very quick sight, a short picture, I will say just a 20 seconds image, so that you can at least have an idea of what is happening with this asteroid. As I said, it is now around 1 million kilometers from us, so very close, 2.5 times the distance of the moon, and this is why we are seeing it apparently flying across the stars on the background, of course. The first 20 seconds image is coming, so that the asteroid should be somewhere. Actually, I don't see where it is now. Here I think that we have it. Here it is. It is just setting, so it is a bit fainter. Here it is. It is visible as a point of light in the center, and I think that the best I can do here is just to take some longer exposures, so that we will be able to see it a bit better. Let's take 40 seconds exposure. We are doing so right now. This is fast, this is faint, and it is also setting, so a bit low below the above the western horizon. So the time is against us. I mean, while minutes and hours are going, the asteroid is setting above the Italian horizon, and when it will be closer to the Earth, it will be in a good position for those who will be in the night in 8 hours by now. So I'm thinking about people living in California, for example. They are well placed for this, and if they are there, I will suggest them to just have a look. But let's wait and let's see what will happen with this new site. I just need to adjust contrast and brightness. But the asteroid is there. I see it pretty well. But let me start again this exposure, showing the asteroid to you. It is the clear dot of light close to the center. The other dot on the right is just a cosmic ray with the CCD detector, but the asteroid is in the very center, and soon you will have a confirmation of this, because the new image will show the asteroid, but likely it will not show the cosmic ray. This is a 50 meters large asteroid. It is significantly larger, basically 2 times the asteroid because it exploded in February 2013 above the Chelyabinsk city in Russia. So this one is more than 2 times bigger. This is at least what we can likely conclude. I see that we are now looking at fainter and fainter, and the object is now barely visible in the center of the frame, the center of the field. It is time to try longer exposure, I think, just to be sure that at least we can get better signal. Just want to have the telescope downloading the new image. Okay, now we see the asteroid much better. I would like to, okay, I like now this vision because this way you can also easily see the stars sliding. I'm trying to find a good arrangement to show the faint asteroid and as well as the star trailing. So you can see also this way how fast the apparent motion of this asteroid is. It is nice that it was discovered very recently and we are already here able to track it. I just enlarged the image a bit, and you can also save the images if you want. This way you will be able to share them on your personal social networks and so on. Going to adjust again the parameters here. It's always a question of like an experiment, looking and finding the best options. Again, here it is the asteroid. The asteroid is the one you see inside the red circle on the bottom part of it, and that is the asteroid 2014 GN1. The stars are moving apparently so fast because, as I said, this object is moving fast. I will also want to give you some details about the apparent motion and the speed of the object. And I just want to check for this, the Jet Propulsion Laboratory website, where they provide very up-to-date details, and looking at what they wrote, this asteroid at the time of minimum distance, it will be happening in 10 hours or so, 10 hours or so, it will be moving to 21 kilometers per second relatively to the Earth. So it will be pretty fast. I must say that it is a nice, quite high speed. And as I said, this is happening to a 50 meters asteroid. So the virtual telescope is getting very beautiful and perfectly tracked images with the asteroid visible while it is setting, as I said. But again, this is for us a great sight. And this event is also part of Global Astronomy Month, and I'm also proud and happy every time that something special just appears in the sky during April, during Global Astronomy Month, while many events are actually planned well in advance. There are several things like near-Earth asteroids like this that we discover the very same Global Astronomy Month, and it is for us such a great pleasure to go and share them in real time. I see also many friends on the chat. I thank Steve, Gary, also other friends I see, like Lotus, Susie, also Joachim, and we are tracking this asteroid in real time while it is setting. So the sky is now not the very best, but that's life. I mean, this is what we can do. The best we can do is this. Actually, the sky, we could even start earlier, but I wanted to wait as long as possible because I wanted to capture the asteroid at the minimum distance I could capture from Italy. So here it is, and I just want to go also to visit the Minor Planets Planet Center website just to retrieve in real time what is the speed, the angular apparent speed of the asteroid right now, because I'm always impressed by all those numbers, and this is moving very fast. It is right now, my friends, moving of about 3 arc minutes per minute. It just means that in 10 minutes the asteroid moves as a full moon disk in the sky. So it is pretty large motion. And let me see if I can show better those trails. I would like to check this. Okay. Here it is, the asteroid. It is now embedded with some stars trailing, but still pretty well visible. The telescope is really doing an amazing guiding and tracking, I must say. Let me try with 2 minutes exposure. You can see the object in the very center of the image as a clear dot of light. The other apparent dots around are just noise, thermal noise, or likely also cosmic rays just hitting our CCD camera. The telescope is about 100 kilometers south of Rome. I am in Rome, so I am controlling the telescope itself remotely, and this is just technology in action. Pretty spectacular, isn't it? And I want to show you again this image because this one just shows a quite long exposure. This was a 2-minute exposure I took earlier when the asteroid was higher in the sky, so under better transparency, but a bit farther for us, so I wanted to wait for a while. And right now, by the way, let me check how far is the object now. I will do this calculation right away. It is 0.0079 astronomical units. So it just means that the asteroid is 1.2 million kilometers. Let me say if I can just... so it is 3 lunar distances from us right now, while we are just tracking it thanks to the Virtual Telescope project. I love sharing asteroids. I love asteroids because every time, oh look, this one is now an image you want to see. This is coming live from our telescope with a 2-minute exposure. Just let me see if I can make the background a bit darker. This is a great image, I must say. Truly a great shot. And I think that you can really enjoy this simply perfect image of this asteroid, friends. So we are observing asteroid 2014 GN1. While it is still approaching us, it will reach a minimum distance of less than 1 million kilometers from us. This will happen in about 10 hours by now, exactly 10 hours by now. But right now, while we are observing it live in real time, thanks to the Virtual Telescope project in Italy, the asteroid is already at 1.2 million kilometers from the Earth. It is approaching with a relative speed against the Earth of 20 kilometers per second, sorry. And this asteroid, of course, is absolutely an asteroid with no risks at all, no risks of collision at all. This is a safe, just funny close encounters. I'm very happy that we can share this with you. A new image is coming. You will see, yes, that the background is just getting brighter and brighter because this rock is setting, so its light is filtered by an increasing and deeper atmosphere. Just playing a bit. Okay, I think that this is not useful at all. Let me do this manually. Here it is. Love it, really. This is really... Sorry. This is the asteroid live. And I was just showing again the previous image. This is the live image, and this is the image I collected earlier. Apparently they are very similar, of course, but they are different in the pattern of stars on the background, and of course also in the time of the image. This one is the live image we are just saying through the virtual telescope. And I was very happy to add this event to the Global Astronomy Month online activities. Of course, nobody knows that this asteroid was coming. It was discovered just during the Global Astronomy Month, officially announced a few hours ago, and a last-minute event was organized and shared between me, Mike Simmons, among Simmons and collaborators. Mike Simmons is my good friend, president and founder of Astronomers Without Borders, and we wanted to share this with you. At Virtual Telescope we show asteroids live a lot of time, and this one is for us a special asteroid. I will call it the Global Astronomy Month Near Earth Asteroid. I see that the asteroid is still there, and luckily a bright star is approaching. Look, this is like a small guy facing a giant. It will be nice to see how this race will go. And all this, my friends, truly in real time. I always believe that one of the best things we can see in modern astronomy is that we can really share the wonders of cosmos live through the web. This is a truly powerful benefit of modern technology and communication, and the virtual telescope has been around now for about 8 years, and we are proud that the project had such a great, I would say, development over the years, and we worked a lot for this, thanks to your enthusiastic feedback and your really enthusiastic friendship and interest in the stars through the virtual telescopes for us the most important factor, keeping the project itself alive and running. So I want to show you again what is happening to the asteroid while it is moving fast across the stars, while a very bright star is approaching from the bottom right. Not too bad. Always happy when the sky is clear. Because many times when you have something great, oh look here, this is just great, a very bright star coming apparently close to the asteroid. Of course it is a very far star just on the background. Let me see if I can just improve a bit the image parameters. Okay. Such a bright star against that faint, small but close asteroid. Not too bad. I like this picture. The asteroid is in the very center of the image. The bright star is coming. You will see how the star moved in the next image. The telescope is taking images every 2 minutes. This to collect, of course, enough light from the asteroid. It is quite bright. Okay, not visible at all with small telescopes, but quite bright for the powerful telescopes we are using at virtual telescope. Okay, but of course, while setting, it is dimmer and dimmer because the atmosphere is just absorbing more and more light from objects going lower and lower. But the star is incredibly bright, and now that star is just arriving, and I want to share with you the resulting image, the next refresh, 2 minutes exposure, as I say. Look, this is interesting. The reason we are waiting 2 minutes, as I said, is that the CCD camera, the digital eye of the telescope, is collecting light from the sky through the telescope for 2 minutes, like drops of rain going in a bucket, you know, and after 2 minutes the camera just shows us what arrived through the telescope. This is just what technology is making possible these days for us. I really hope, as usual, that you are having fun. I always appreciate images that my good friend Joachim Fabrica in Panama share. Thank you very much. And I also have friends on the chat. Let me see, if you have any question, please just let me know. Okay, I see some questions. I would like to ask kindly to use English. This is just an international event, and it is fair that everybody can understand. So I see a few questions. Yes, it is a bright star, the one you saw, and the telescope is tracking the asteroid thanks to a very special routine developed by the mount manufacturer, and it is able to track very fast and close objects, not only artificial satellites, but also, as you can see, these very critical and fast natural objects like very, very close asteroids. And I must say that this mount is truly, truly amazing at doing this job. And I worked also with friends at Software Bisque to have our system particularly fine-tuned for this. And I must say that to date, the Virtual Telescope facility is likely one of the very best in the world for tracking any kind of very close asteroid, you know. And we proved this with the 2012 DA14 that we observed in February last year. You might remember this, when that asteroid arrived closer than geostationary satellites, and Virtual Telescope was one of the very few facilities in the world able to track the fast apparent motion of that asteroid, producing, of course, great movies and images, just as a proof of that. Yes, Gary, it is, I must say, quite simple to track the International Space Station with our system. From time to time, I think about planning a live event for this. I must say that the best will be to have a video camera, like a webcam on the telescope, and we do not have it because our telescope is a truly advanced one with scientific professional instrumentation, and basically we have no room for such a simpler webcam. But I don't know, maybe that in the future we will be able to do something like that. Again, I want to show you what is happening at the telescope. The asteroid is always there in the center. Now the bright star is gone, and the asteroid also is getting dimmer and dimmer, as I said, because it is basically setting. But I wanted to grab it in its on its tail while setting, as I said. And all this is truly, truly great technology, cutting-edge technology available at Virtual Telescope, as I said. We are proud that many good friends like you are following this object during Global Astronomy Month, but I hope that you will like to keep an eye to the sky also in the future, not only this April, not only with the Virtual Telescope, but also your very, very own eyes. This is very important to me because the sky can be really enjoyed even with your natural optical instruments, your eyes, but above all, your heart, your soul, and your mind. Because under the sky, you can just use your reason, your brain understanding things, but also you can just live the beauty of the cosmos, just inviting you and experimenting that beauty through your heart and soul, and sharing that with your friends, your family, and so on. This is a very beautiful way to look at the stars together. And the Global Astronomy Month is here also to remind you about this possibility. Not only science, because before science, the sky is such a great treasure and resource for all the mankind. And I really like the motto of Astronomers Without Borders, that is, we all share the same sky. And this is for me such a huge, great and universal sign of peace through the borders. This is fantastic. Here is a new image of the asteroid. Proud for the very nice and great tracking capability of the system. Sorry, I just was showing also here a huge list of close approachers from the JPL. This is a list of great interest for everybody willing to observe those objects. We are going to close the live coverage in a few minutes. We were lucky, the sky was clear. We were happy because the asteroid showed such a fast, spectacular apparent motion, and the virtual telescope was able to capture it at its best. I must say that this year, weather here in Italy has been quite unusually bad. Yes, it was winter, but this one was a terrible winter. I cannot count how many nights we planned something with the public or a lot of things for science and research at our observatory, but we had to cancel everything because of the clouds, rescheduling it, and again clouds. So many people disappointed, ourselves also disappointed, but you know, this is just nature, and when it is cloudy, even the most advanced, the technologically advanced astronomer had just one thing to do, going to sleep as the other humans, and this is of course true, especially when you are tired, and sometimes the clouds can help you to just take some of the missed sleeping. Again, here it is, the asteroid 2014 GN1 approaching the Earth. The minimum distance will be a bit less than 1 million kilometers, 2.4 lunar distances. Right now, this asteroid is at 1.1 million kilometers. So it is a bit less than 3 lunar distances. We are spotting it live from the Virtual Telescope Italy. Gianluca Masi speaking, and all this during Global Astronomy Month, proposed and shared with the world by Astronomers Without Borders. We had the Great Messier Marathon in last Monday, but I want to remind you that another huge event is coming, very important, again as part of Virtual Telescope Project and the Global Astronomy Month. It will be the night of the Red Planet. Yes, friends, we will share live images of planet Mars. On the very same night, it will be at the so-called opposition, that is in the opposite direction as seen from the Earth, from the Sun. If you are on the Earth, you look at Mars on 9 of April, and you look at the Sun, they are in the very opposite directions in the sky. That is something happening every more than 2 years, so not happening so often, and the event will be just a great one if you like. And I want to remind you, and to save the date, the event will be 8th of April at 23 Universal Time. So you have a couple of days, a bit more than a couple of days. So just save the date, take some rest, because it will be a great night. Of course, my friends staying in the US or just in Panama and in the Americas or in the Far East are perhaps more lucky, because for them the Italian night will be placed in more fair time slots, you know. Yes, David, it is not auto-guiding, just tracking. I must say that this mount generally does not require any auto-guiding at all. All this because the mount is of a superior quality. Trust me when I say that I can take 10 minutes exposure with the full payload without really taking care of guiding. Just salute the telescope and just start the image, and it will be just perfect. Alfred, the asteroid is not trailing. just because the telescope is tracking the asteroid. Generally, asteroids track the stars, that is, track the apparent motion of the stars, the rotation of the Earth. If you track the stars and you have a fast asteroid in the field, the asteroid will show as a trail, you know. But here we wanted to do the contrary. The advanced telescope was asked and planned to track the asteroid, so tracking the asteroid, the stars on the background are just trailing. I see that Matteo is talking about the meteorite. As I said many times, those small little dots are just hot pixels. They are present in any digital device. They are just due to temperature inside the chip. So really nothing special. They can be easily removed by image processing, but we are showing images as they are coming from the CCD detector. The camera is mono because the most advanced and highest quality CCD cameras are black and white. Oh, I see that a friend from Sweden is saying that there is raining, and he was able, or she was able, to look at the stars thanks to the virtual telescope, and we are happy. And again, we hope that after all, it was a great night, no matter the rain there. Yes, Alfred, in principle we can, of course, track the stars. This is the most easier thing to do, and the asteroid trailing. But this asteroid is so faint that having it trailing a bit will mean to lose it in the background. This is why for these faint objects, the tracking capability of the mount to track the asteroid itself is so very precious. I would like to see what is happening and share what is happening in the telescope again. Likely this one is going to be another one of the latest images. I would like to remind you also to those asking about the small white points all around the asteroid. It is easy to recognize that they are artificial stuff, because they are just a pixel. They have I would say, the smooth shape you see in any astronomical object. And actually they change from image to image, because that is a statistical behavior. So friends, I think that we are going to close this live coverage. It was great for me. It is almost 3 in the morning here in Italy, but we were happy to wait for this time to show the Asteroid 2014 GN1 very closely approaching the Earth, reaching a minimum distance of less than 1 million kilometers. This will happen in a few hours by now. And Virtual Telescope Project in Italy was able to capture these really amazing images under good skies while the asteroid is setting above the Italian horizon, and share them with the world, and all this during Global Astronomy Month. I hope that you had fun. It was just great for me to share these things, these sites with you, and I hope that you will be with us again. Next live event will be no less than Planet Mars in less than 3 days. It will be April 9, 23 Universal Time. Just check our website on the upper left and you will see a countdown for that event. And I also invite you to visit the www.astronomerswithoutborders.org website and discover what is happening this month, and to see and check if something is happening in your area as well. If not, you are invited to go out there with your telescope, invite your friends, your neighbors and so on, and have a great party under the stars, under the beauty of the very same sky we all share around this globe. So I really hope that this one was for you such a fine and also rewarding experience as it was for me. And again, thank you. That's all from Gianluca Masi Virtual Telescope. And I still want to thank you for being here. I want to thank those who are supporting the Virtual Telescope. Thanks to their donations, we are going to celebrate this summer our 8th year of activity. And I also want to thank the technological partners of the Virtual Telescope: Unitron Italia Instruments, Software Bisq, Bader Planetarium, Santa Barbara Instruments Group, and Planewave Instruments. I hope that you will have a safe, great day, night, depending from where you are on this globe, and that you will keep an eye on the sky, enjoying the beauty of this universe. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you around Mars in less than 3 days with the Virtual Telescope. Have a good time, friends. Thank you.